Hey guys, it's time coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with the Sisters of Twilight campaign again. We're playing as Orion right now, trying to finish off Ikit Claw. It says we're going to get a Pyrrhic victory. We'll try to do a little better than that. He doesn't have his nuke right now, so not too much to worry about. Super crummy army, you know, it's a box of scraps that he put together in Scaven Blight. And we're going to do our best to knock it all down. Now, how are we going to do that? Ares Acurnus, fighting in a forest. And then try to have Wild Riders to flank like so. And we're just going to drop in on the Deathglow Bombardiers and the Rattling Guns. They've got like some stealth Jezzails. Could be a problem. We're gonna have Orion like in the front. Pretty frontin'. And she can be there. Waystalker will hang back some, and then we'll just have, you know, a little boxes on the hillside here. With the treekin to stiffen the line, and these guys on the inside of the forest. Anti-flanking there. Shouldn't be too tricky. We're gonna go for, let's hold on to that one. Boom! Of course, it leaves a lot of models alive, but hits a ton of them. Very nice. We want to wait for them to all get back up and get into line. And then we're gonna try another shot. Add both of them. And that gets us exactly what we need. Beautiful. Let me take a little shot at Ikit Claw, who's hurt, like, not at all by it. Oh, he's got 72% spell resist, yeah. Yeah, no, he's not affected by it. And we're just gonna move our Hawks back. We, 40 more seconds, we'll drop another volley in on them and get rid of these death globes. At least the Rattling Guns are offline. They have, like, stock Jezzail, so we're just going to let them come to us, right? Right, that is what we're going to do. We're going to shoot at the Bombardiers. And, of course, if Ikit gets out in the open, that's, like, not really too good for us. Man, that, it says it's a heat-seeking missile, but is it, though? We're gonna dive the Bombardiers. Okay, there's the Doombringers. That's what we need. Alright, they summon here. You know, we get Warp Lightning. What are you gonna do? But here, we're gonna be able to zoop in there and there. And we're gonna lock these guys down so that we can hit them. And then here... And yeah, he's just absolutely going all out, just charging in. But, you know, we've got archers here. They're not going to help. We do have Orion here. He will help. We need to just move our archers away and try to get... Because, like, Ikit Claw, does he have Strider? No, but he's still having just, like, a party moving through these woods. But, of course, we've got our finest partiers going there now. And while their Jezzails are lighting us up, let's move away. Speaking of lighting them up, these Deathglow Bombardiers are at least being dealt with there. And we need to get onto these Warp Fire Throwers, and it looks like we're going to manage to do it. There we go, and Orion... And the Wild Hunters of Acurnus beaten up very badly on him. Man, Orion showing up super well there, right? And here, getting onto the Doombringers, they'll be sorry. Or not. But certainly, wow, these slingers doing a wondrous number on us. Seeing that, you know, it's good that we didn't have to actually fight Skaven, and we're instead able to sort of cheese it. I mean, we're okay against Skaven. This army, of course, doesn't have sisters in it. Orion's super good, though. Orion's really strong. But Ikit here, you know, was simply no match for us. Someone's unbreakable. Oh, these missile guys. So there we go. Nice and clean. A decisive victory. Of course, when you're the Wood Elves and you draw them to fight in the woods, it tends to go well. Not a lot of value to go around with this setup, of course. You know, some of the whoever got that first shot on the rattling guns, you know, they got plenty. Oh, but we get the Nestrous Grace. That's for all the armies. That's cool. I don't guess I knew that. Yeah, got to get that Fizz Resist. Stabby stab. And there we go. Oh yeah, that's a very good trait indeed. And we eliminate the Fool. Now we hardly want Bretonnia to move in here, but hopefully somebody else will first, right? I mean, this army's fine. I mean, yeah, sure, it's fine. Alright, and this guy, although we wanted him to recruit here, you know... Actually, he can't get here in one turn. Yeah, he can't get here in one turn, so we're going to... Oh, we don't have the building yet. Yep. So it's negative a turn, and that'll give us, you know, 2-turn recruitment. I thought it was negative 50%, but it's negative 1 turn. It's still really good. Anyway, we will get a turn of recruitment here. We can get a Branch Wraith here. Annoyance of Netlings is not what we want. Cluster of Radiance is also not what we want. Shrikes? I mean, decent enough. Why not? Because we already have a person named Katra. That's why not. This one's called Ariel. That's pretty funny. Well, you know, this, that'll be a good one for this block. And then it can replenish a bit and get the old Melkoths and, there's stuff, get it thrown in here. He'll get a turn of recruitment, and then we can move up out of here. Or actually, you know, Wood Elf Gold Mine gets you 100. You know, like Wood Elf economy is not meant to engage with the other.
I'll go when I'm ready.
The other things on the map. But we're just trying to go on this route here, which means we just got to get some of these things and, you know, examine them, see if we can find whatever thing, which will probably have us fighting most of the people here.
Master, you possess some, no?
But Ashland's having a party there. Alright, so sisters are fine. And these, we could start this, yeah, I guess we could start this now. Because sisters will be ready to help out before too long.
Ready to serve. I will make it so. I will grant your request.
And I guess Ikit Claw's not dead. He can't have much.
Deal with me.
No, obviously it won't show us where they live, but he can't have much. Alright, Witchwood continues being awesome. And you know, the Oak of Ages keeps on getting there. We're yeah, because we've got enough from the forest being like set up to where this oak is going to get there, so we will probably, like, you know, be able to restore the Oak of Ages in this run, and then I imagine we'll just be like, all right, that was fun, and then you know, do a different campaign. Because while it's super cool and I love these armies, you know, it's you know, once you get your objectives done, even with this super cool objective thing, yeah, let's have a military alliance, Tyrion. Glorious. And that's just, you know, the beauty of everybody getting along. The elves are finally, as they should be, pals. Zoom him in there. And get him a Waste Stalker. This one, I mean, fleet-footed is basically meaningless for him, so yeah, I guess Ariel's chosen's the best. I mean, really, the melee attack for the forest battles, since if the battle even counts as one, sometimes they don't, right? And here is Subaton, one of them. Nope. So we're gonna hit it, burn it, naturally.
Twin defenders of the glades. Our quest resumes at sunrise.
And then hit march, just get further up. And now it's is down to 10? Down to 10? Well. Oh, they've got land over there too. Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
Greetings, esteemed ally. We have a deal.
And it's, you know, it's the Grand Alliance of Elves. Ooh, and that lets us see that Kairos is now thinking of coming in. This very excellent casualty replenishment. Hitting all of our cylinders. But here can we... Oh, they're not here. Well, then... Yeah, it's on to Riffarafa then.
You are too kind.
It had best be my turn next.
18 turns of building. Yikes. Of course, there's, like, people you can get access to that make it faster and whatnot, but we'll take that. The old Atholorin landmark always goes a treat. And we don't need to do this because, yeah, we've got... We get branch wraiths everywhere through some ability. Hero cap is like a problem with Wood Elves, of course. You're pretty pretty bound in time, but you know, it's also a faction where benefits you to play with minimal armies. You know, that's why I like them so much. They just stylistically fit my play pretty well. And, you know, with a little bit of time, we'll see if Eltharion will become chill. Or if we'll keep on being so grim. Clan Skyre's been eliminated. And we research the technology. And in 5 turns, we'll get the heroic killing blow for the Glade Captains, which will make them very punchy indeed when you pop the thing. And yeah, so they're fighting against the Dwarves, and we might as well too. Yes, we might as well too. After all, they're sitting up here in the Forest of Gloom. Unacceptable. We're super rich, of course. What we want to do is... Okay, so this landmark lets you get... Nice. Treemen and Treekin and Dryads, of course, and the other benefits. Very good. What we're going to do is just get some money here. It's like... Do we want to, like, just recruit, like, a whole army here? I mean, we can afford it, right? We're at 205k, so even if we go upside down, like, 20, we'll still be fine. Yeah. We'll get some of them. And then we'll be able to kick this army on pretty soon, or rather, I guess we should. Like, well, we've got the wall building. Yeah, we'll wait a couple of turns to summon. What do we want before then? So let's just take this so that we can get like a Shadowcaster or something. Because this guy already has the life magic. Well, I mean, he doesn't have the life magic. This is our original Stracelith, who was, you know, the guy who hung out over in the Witchwood back when we were worried about that. Oh, look how good a Stank is doing. And of course, we have a non-aggression pact. I don't expect her to get weird about it. Oh yeah, and she's like in a defensive alliance with the other elves and stuff. So great, good. The Mask of Slaanesh is still around a little bit, but... Oh, it's a, Alright, so if we march up here with the sisters, then they'll be able to support... Yeah, awesome. Alright, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's fun. What a gross army to deal with, right? It'll be fine. Classic silly Empire stat going on, right? Where they bring plenty to bear. Of course, we have our reinforcing army, which is going to be very excellent indeed. From right here, they come in a minute. From over here, it's 4 minutes. Yeah, we'll just keep them right here, right? Absolute fastest time, and then they won't be too far back from getting in, and then we can just dive on the cannons and the Hellstorms and stuff, and obviously, we'll just hang back. Or we have Vanguard with almost everything, but not with all of these, so we'll just hang in the trees. And we'll put these guys in the rear here. Yeah, that way if they go in that direction, they'll at least be not causing me problems. They've got Cav and, yeah, but we don't have any range to defend with this army. Alright, they're all hidden. Good, good, good. And we're gonna take shots at this Luminarch, and, you know, it hits it a little bit. Yeah, and that one hit somebody. Wow, that one absolutely delivered on the Luminarch. Look at that. Beautiful. And of course, wow, that went so much better than I thought it would. Their Hellstorms are stacked here. And of course, that explosive damage, it hardly does well against our flying units with low model density in the trees. Beautiful. Absolutely getting it done. And now we just need to... Yeah, we're just going to stay in the trees here, right? Because these Outriders are hardly doing too well against us. The Empire Knights charge into the War Dancers with spears who are braced. And they're going to be really sorry about that now. We're coming in, and then, of course, now... The ladies have arrived. Which ones? All of them, but the Sisters of the Twilight are the most prominent thereof. And now... Look at that, the Luminarch shooting into the trees. You know, if you can get them to take a bad eye line, then you can be pretty happy with what will happen after. And now the Sisters coming in very heroically. And that means it's time for the big guy to run out of the forest at him. And our old girl comes in. Boom, baby. Very beautiful stuff. And Larry comes in. Time to go hit this tank. Yeah, time to hit this tank. And Aka Surnavisha here smacks down the great swords. Beautiful stuff. Look, a tree man is basically like the perfect thing to be dealing with Empire infantry with, right? They don't even have armor piercing like anti-large. It's just armor piercing anti-infantry. So it's very casually easy to beat up on them. And of course, I mean, Empire infantry. That's not what the faction's about. We know that. It's the artillery, but of course, with this setup, we have very good play against artillery, as we see just from the Hawk Riders there, right? Because if you can use a couple of Hawk Riders and get rid of a couple of artillery pieces, well, you can just chill, hang back, get it done, and that's exactly what we do here. Beautiful stuff. I like Wood Elves. Erisacurn is so strong. And now it's just time to pop the tanks, because everything else is dealt with. And we barely get anybody hurt. And then the War Dancer Spears come around, but this tank won't be long for the world, right? You forget how huge of a model Ariel is, right? She's a big girl. She gets it done. She's like, yep, that's me. I'm that one. Her eyes are up there on the tip of the stalks, I think. The eyes here are just pretending to be eyes. A glorious victory. And that is what bringing an attack helicopter to a gunfight does. Sisters of Battle are the AC-130. No, that's a plane, not a helicopter. I know. I was in junior ROTC. I know the difference. We learned a lot about planes. But rather than attack helicopter, I think AC 130 is what sisters get compared to most, you know. But great stuff. And then clean up the auto. Of course, he gets all the movement back by doing so, which is pretty good. Oh yeah, and so too would... No, the sisters wouldn't have. Alright, so here we need to go... Like so... Oh, global's filled up, of course it is. Well, that's alright. I mean, it isn't. Who's doing it? Yeah, we can cut a couple off, right, to get... Oh, this won't work anyway. Well, it might. Yeah, because we'll just lock in the time. Should work.
Ariel's will triumphs once more.
They will not succeed.
So he gets in there, and you know, hooray! You've got a couple way stalkers, and then we'll just get him stuff real quick. By which I mean regrowth. Woohoo! And here, this way stalker gets what all way stalkers get, which is everything we need, and then they finally get stand your ground. I mean, do we take this? No. Do we take this? Yes, absolutely. Because we're not going to use like regular archers in her army. I mean, but we will use like one unit of them. It's worth taking. They've got 7 more skill points left, so yeah. I mean, we're gonna get. Like. Do we take Mentor? I don't think so, right? Because I mean, maybe we should. Yeah, because then we can take 2 points there for, and then yeah, it'll be all right.
FUS speaks to me.
All right, this person has enough of everything.
FUS speaks to me.
Ooh, and they get Prey of Anathema now. Yes, yes, yes. Ariel keeps on getting everything. We're gonna wait to take their champion thing, or immune to contact effects, stock. Devastating flanker. Well, God of Smiths would be appropriate. Yeah. So that's what we'll take. And then... And then Death from Above? Yeah. After all, it's she's on Thorondor, so that makes the most sense. And then pretty soon we'll get Awakened Forest Spirits, which I think is like a permanent Dryad summon. Like Dryka's only, you know, just one of them. You get a level 25 for him, so it's not like too busted. 100 armor on that Glade Captain, pretty good. And this is Orion, and he's all over the place here, but you know, we've got the cool abilities there. They're both pretty good. Do we want to go for Prey of Anathema? I think not, because we want to go red line, right? So we get this one, and then we'll be going with Ancient Bark as well, because, yeah. Cavalry and treemen, that's the way, and then we'll get these things with the Way Stalker, and then a little bit of a Violent Delight. Alright, there's our levels distributed. Good, good, good.
Ariel has been watching.
And Lithanar is still, like, having his little get-together, his little conversational place. Oh, goodness. What? Okay, well, I guess we gotta do this. I don't understand. I guess they're too far away to help. That is super bad. Well, we're gonna try to see what we can do. This is very rough. This is very rough indeed. You know, we should have moved. I guess we're just gonna lose this whole army. I mean, it's fine. It's just not good. So this dude comes in. We don't have any play against him right now, but you know, when the rest of the crew shows up, we will. Alright, so first things first, we have to regrowth ourselves. No, we regrowth them. We drink our potion of healing. I regrowth wrong person. No, no, no. Alright. There we go. We cancel it. And then... But wow, yeah, so we thought this was going to be fine, but he's level 22 and I'm level 8, so we're getting trucked on. Oh yeah, and they've got a Feral Basti. We're in the woods, that helps some, not enough. But we do have another regrowth coming soon. Nope, we're out of winds. I guess we pop the Forbidden Rod then. It's the only real option. And we just need to move forward here. Oh, right, because they're still coming from the other direction too. So we're gonna get destroyed. Everybody's over here. We hit ourselves with the flesh to stone here, knowing that they don't have magic attacks in this blob.
Cavalry.
And now we are into thin lines, getting charged by horned ones. No, that's not true. War Dancers come in there. They actually do okay, but of course now we're entirely folding in the center because yeah, you know, we lose. I don't know if this army is going to die or not, given that they didn't die. But we'll see. You know, that's what you get for not fighting on the point. I tunnel visioned. But I think they're... Okay, so they do retreat, but we're still alive. Well, that's not so bad. And we turn on Decline Diplomacy because people are always trying to get treaties, and we are only in it for the forests, you know. And we will send them to the Wildwood.
My thanks.
What about...
We'll send him back here to pick up the pieces, as it were. Get him, what, a Zote or two? Nice couple Zotes wouldn't go amiss. And now the sisters are here, and this guy, you know, at least he got, well, you know, if the battle would have gone on, he would have at least lost.
Serene Nestor.
Tempestuous Arahan.
He goes to run away, and what we need to do is, well, when we fight him, we'll get more movement, and then we can move up here to fight Wolfgang. So otherwise, I guess we have to defend. Well, I mean... Would it be that hard? I mean, probably it would be that hard to defend because, well, they would have all that already. But we could try to deal. Because if we just get this guy with the sisters' army, then, but no, we do this because he's already run. We'll pop him and then we'll go up and hit the other one. And bullying a lizardman army with sisters is like my idea of a great time. I mean, what are they going to do against this reckless hate? Like, charge into the trees and fight my spears? I want you to do it. We're just, you know, with all of these arrows, I mean, it's just a glorious thing. Because we're going to snipe him from up here. Dragon breath him down, maybe, if that arrow doesn't get him. Yeah, got hit by the tree. But Hawk Rider's very bad against Bastillodon Solar Engines and Chameleon Skinks. Let's get him out of there before they take more model losses. Of course, these fools running into the forest, the worst possible place for them to go. We're gonna pray of Nothraim of these guys and come in, melt them. Dragon getting beat on, that is alright. The dragon, of course, is infinite of health. These Way Watchers are just to summon. But you don't want to be fighting, like, our War Dancers plus Ariel. Like, that is a miserable time for anyone, because the War Dancers, very solid of stat, right? With 45% Fizz resist at this point, you know, if you don't have magic attacks, you're going to have a really bad time sinking the damage in. But you know, they do, you know, the great Eagle Glade Riders, you know, the Great Glade Captains, they do, you know, shoot and attack in melee at the same time, which is very solid, like it is. Even if I can't prove it by, you know, doing a good job. This was no slouch of a Lizardman army, right? It just so happens that we have an army without vulnerabilities to it. We're just gonna zoom on here to Ariel to get our heal. Old berry wine fills him right up. And most of our people are in alright shape, but you know, berry wine's free, so we might as well. Get another one there, and then a heal here, and then, before you know it, you're already ready back to fight again at full. Feels good. Because it's like, normally, like, a big cav-heavy monster force like this would be, like, maybe a problem for Wood Elves, potentially, but if you have some trees to fight in, and some War Dancer spears, suddenly it's a lot easier of a proposition. They don't have a lot of magic attacks, you know, in the random places in a Lizardman army. You get them in some, but not everywhere, and that is, you know, to our benefit for sure. Get our fencing blades, and then we're going to be able to get in here and fight them, and that's going to be very nice. Let's just go ahead and... I'm like, more fizz resist or more speed? Well, we're already pretty fast, but more speed would be more. Deadly Onslaught, and then Orion gets his unique line started. Yeah, and we're just gonna start a war with the dwarves here, yeah.
You have my spear. No.
Yeah. We've united the elves against Clan Angren. I feel bad because I like Belegar, but hey, you do what you gotta do, right? And the Oak of Ages is healing crazy quick, right? Yeah, because we've got Tieflings, battles, you know, like, yeah, we're gonna get up to the 500 for the ritual there with our main army probably before this one even finishes up. Awesome. And Gorok's over there, and we'll be able to meet him in battle soon enough, one hopes.
Attack absolutely.
Attack? Absolutely. So here, you know, we already have our game plan, which is light 'em up with Wood Elf artillery. What's Wood Elf artillery, you might ask? The arrows of Kurnus are Wood Elf artillery. Yes, indeed they are. Do you want to be like over here? This is like a terrible map to fight on, right? But we can just...
Moving as one.
Hunters! Riders of Athelloren! Moving out!
So we will use this both on the Luminarch.
For our lady! We accept! As you say! Understood! Very well! Hunters! Very well!
Yeah, and then we just absolutely demolish. That's crazy work. That is bonkers. Look at what we did to their artillery with that volley. That's like... yeah. Yeah, you wanna fight us on your terms? I don't think so, buddy. You brought a missile to an arrow fight, you fools. And we're just gonna, yeah, you know, take a little bit of the hit from them, but then once we get on these Hellblasters, I'm sure we'll just delete them. Yep, and that's exactly what happens. Because the sisters are very good at this sort of, you know, backline pressure thing. Just incredibly strong. Of course, with the healing too, you overextend a little bit. You don't have to care over much. And here, you know, we've demolished all the artillery. We've got this Waywatcher summon in the back that's murking them as they try to come in. And then now, time for the dragon. Man, I love the Sisters of Twilight so much. Is it sporting? No, it's war. Waywatchers with 1400 value. Yeah, this Waywatcher summon in the back, super good. Often I just put it in a bad spot, but you know, if you get it right in the right spot, like here, then they're perfect for taking care of enemies that are trying to come back, right? You got your force there, you know, you've got your terror-causing units around. Love it. Love it. And the thing about the Hawks is with their very respectable weapon strength and very solid melee attack, right? 80 attack on them, plus the charge, like, and decent weapon strength, good AP values of 45 base. So, like, you dive on a tank, they'll kill a tank. I don't think a tank beats them in a head-to-head, you know, so obviously we know the unsupported tank often weak, but not always in Warhammer. The unsupported tank, with enough tank, can just sort of do what they want. But there we go. Hawk Riders, Valia Kernus, that's how to deal with Empire artillery. That's how to deal with any artillery. And that's the thing, and that's why I love Sisters, right? You get to solve your primary problems, which are, how do I deal with stuff that shoots me from further away than I can shoot? Like, that's the Wood Elf problem, you know? How do you stop them from getting at you? But here, we're fine, and we're just going to go here, wrap them up, get another 50% movement, I think. And then move into position here to support. All right, perfection.
My thanks. Why do you favor my fool sister?
Master of the Wild Hunt, I will grant your request.
Ariel.
Obviously, we don't care about that lizard. We are going to take care of him in due course. And it looks like... quest issued for the Cloak of Isha. Which is an awesome item, right? It gives him a heal and a huge ward save if he's below 25% HP. Now, normally I would say, meh. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just, you know. We may not even do Orion's quests at all. So here we can't get to Karakazor in time, but if we underway over, we might be able to help. Oh yeah, look at old Vlad. Vlad is trying to get in here too.
I wield the wind.
But you know, we can rely on.
What is it? I am a warden, not a low-born tradesman. For the fallen.
Finish up the military alliance with all of the bros of the donut.
Welcome to the woods of Athaloran welcome you. Deliver your message.
And we're gonna just... I'm like, do we want a Confederate Daith right now? I mean...
Bloodthirsty.
We should... I mean, it'd be more thematic to get the old blindsmith whenever we... It's like, did they even give him anything cool? I doubt it.
Glade Lord.
Because really, this Crag Hall, that's the one we want, right? For the Hawk Rider thing.
Woods of Athaloran welcome you.
And how do we get him onto our side? Green skins. Well, I don't know if we can find any more of them. But we'll grab Durthu before too long, which will be good, because, you know, it looks like old Vladerson is coming in. But, of course, Eltharion, the most grim, is here. Hey, what army are we playing? Wood Elves. We are playing the Wood Elves. Sisters of Twilight is the primary.
If we must.
Oh, and this army isn't going to be able to do anything against us. We'll give that army to the AI control, and that army to the AI control, and then we'll have a glorious destruction of these treasure hunters. Yep, we're restoring the Lustria tree right now, and then before too long it'll be the big tree, the Oka Aegis, probably in just like a couple of turns. But we're all the way online on this army. It is crazy strong. And of course, all we ever do is stand in the woods and use our amazing guys to do all the work. Now, what we want to do here is load everyone in this direction and then just rain in from above.
If I must. Order will be restored.
Because if you don't have any archers to defend, then you don't have to defend any archers, freeing you to live all of your dreams. Erzicurnus from the Waystalker just demolishing the hopes and dreams of that Temple Arc Luminov. You said you play Space Marine 40k. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at that game. I did play it on the channel too. I like 40k a lot. I have the models and stuff. I sometimes say I played 40k, but I haven't played in a while. Oh, the halberds, you running away from Ariel? Yeah, right. I've played a lot of Warhammer, Fantasy, Total War, so that's basically, like, I wouldn't even consider myself good. This army is really good. This army is exactly my style. But there's plenty of styles that, like, my army is not so good for, and then we've got them locked in place, and we're going to hit them with this massive Pit of Shades. Just brutal. Crunch them up. But this is like an event army, and we've got all of our reinforcements that, well, you know, their arrows of Cernus will help. I didn't even think about that. That's smart. Yeah, we should bring them in. Demi Halberds, they're fighting against War Dancers. This is just, like, not a good matchup for them. They're having a terrible time. I'm having a great time with it. But, so I've played, probably over 2,000 hours in the trilogy now, from Warhammer 1, 2, and 3, and I just really love the game. So, you know, I've got, like, a big background in it, but, yeah, this army is very awesome because it's not vulnerable to anything. I can just fly away with stuff, and then my spears are bonkers strong. They're just so freaking strong. There's really nothing in this army that can beat them against us. You played the real 40k as well? Nice, nice. And you play Tyranids? Cool, cool. I have Space Wolves was my first army, and then I also have a pretty big contingent of Imperial Guard, and then I have a Gene Stealer Cult. Not like a ton of them, but, you know, I've got, like, some models in Pure Strains, and I got, you know, my Aberrants, and I got, you know, some jackals that I got to put together and stuff. But yeah, so I play them as well a little bit. And my friend plays Tyranids and Orcs and Tau and Necron. That Space Wolf, nice, nice. Yeah, what's happening? Oh yeah, the tank. The tanks are unbreakable. Let's charge them! You know, like, dudes riding on giant wolves and going into battle is just super excellent. I don't feel like I even have to explain that that's true. It's just obviously true. That Pit of Shades, they were all clumped there. And then they all got popped by it. 3k value on the Shadowcaster for the Pit of Shades. Oh. Actually, I've never played multiplayer in this game because I'm so bad and I'm afraid to play it. Like, I feel like the other people wouldn't even have a good time beating me because I'm so bad.
When do we fight?
Only when
At last! Alright, so we got an item to give us restock. This is obviously the coolest item you can get.
How I enjoyed that.
Now, it came kind of late, because honestly, you know, now we don't have that many problems, but restock's amazing. So we already got the best item in the game here with the Ranger's Quiver. It's not always the best item in the game. It is for Sisters, because infinite ammo on them is cartoonishly stupid, because you could just put an army in some trees and then kill everything in the whole game with the Sisters. But, yeah, but I watch a ton of multiplayer, so I'm very aware of how good players actually are. But thank you for your kind words all the same. Oh, we can, oh, a little trap thing there. That's cool. Alright, so do we jump up the armor and lose some speed, or get AP at the cost of physical resist? I mean, it's just 45 AP. This is 20 phys resist at the cost of barely any armor. Yeah, Willow's the way to go.
There can be no vanity.
Some of this stuff is from a mod I'm running for expanded Wood Elf hero trees. It makes them strong. I don't consider it to be like a problem being broken. Because the thing about this game is that some people just get to be a lot stronger than they should because they came out like a year ago, and some people came out a long time ago and they don't get to be that strong because, you know, not everybody gets a pass all the time, right? On their abilities. Dwellers below, Violent Delight. Alright, and then Sisters can just mop up the rest of them. Easy peasy. You click when you hit wheels. I know, right? It's rare that I ever play an army that wants to play against Wood Elves. I think with Khorne it would be okay. Because you just run at them, you know? Just really big front, just run at them. And I imagine, because the thing with Wood Elves too is some of their legendary lords can be incredibly problematic, like Orion and Durthu are the ones I'm thinking about. Sisters are great, but even as Khorne, I mean, you could just like hit her with a Bloodthirster, you know. Thousand Sons are very cool. Of course, as a Space Wolf, you know, there's a vendetta among our peoples, but I don't subscribe to any of that. You know. Some people like do like a good friend, like, you know, you're such and such a person because you play Tau, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that's a little silly, but
Sir,
And then we will give them this dreaming bow and this helm of the tricksters, and then we're just going to keep on going through here trying to find stuff for fencer's blades. Nice. Potion of healing item, that is excellent. There we go, and that'll let us and they already caused terror. That actually would give it to these guys if they have it, which is very nice. Like, terror is amazing. This branch wraith has the same name. So there's a very limited pool of names for wood elves for the tree side of things. Either the branch wraiths or the tree men that are the lords, the ancient tree mans. So you'll often, if you play a campaign with any amount of characters in it, you'll have like 4 with the same stinking wood elf name. Where'd Gorok go? I much desire to speak with him.
Ariel's will triumph once more.
What was air attack? It's like, well, yeah, you know, the Hawk Riders could be a problem. It's really only Sisters of Twilight that make them super bonkers, but it can be pretty annoying, and especially so. The thing about like if you're playing with like Valkia, you know, then you have no problems in the air, but the other legendary lords that are Khorne affiliated, you know, they're all on the ground, and so oh yeah. That's exactly what I was like, right, yeah, we moved over there to help. I remember. But, like, stuff like Khorne Furies, which are, as we know, not good. But the thing is, sometimes if you take a not good unit that always dies, it does solve a problem. Like, so nobody wants to take, like, bats in an army, right? Nobody wants to take Furies in an army. Nobody wants to take dogs. They're not dramatic. They're not cool. They are, however, amazing. What they do is die in auto-resolve, so people hate that, and they get really beat up if you forget about them. But if you just have, like, some bats, they will make wood elves just totally miserable. But microing them in at the right time can be a challenge. We're going to go here and ambush and hope that Gorok moves towards us. That'd be funny. And this old servant of Isha is going to keep on rocking out. Do we want a couple of Way Watchers? I mean, yes. Oak of Ages. Healing 13 net a turn. Good stuff. And now, now Orion needs to defend our holds against these vampires.
Ready to serve. Away I go.
So you're playing Space Marines for this guy. I don't know. You're here playing with a guy like me. No, I only played like one online thing after I played the campaign. I assume you meet Space Marine 2, although I didn't ask. I didn't play the first one, actually, but I did play the second one and had a great time with it. You know, a lot of fun. Tried to play a co-op with some of my friends a couple of times, but, you know, we played a bit and then it all fell apart for whatever reason.
Nestro.
Tempestuous Arahan. She's like, I'm content. I am bored. I love the sisters. They're so fun.
You meet.
I become a
You know who's amazing against vampires? Sisters of Twilight are. Because the only things they have in the air are, like, what? Heroes or lords or, you know, bats, Fargeist, whatever. All of those things can get shot up super easy, and then they're on the ground. And what do they bring on the ground against War Dancers? And again, keep in mind, our War Dancers are not normal. They are 73-76 stat-wide War Dancers. That is crazy. And, of course, they have 45 Fizz Resist. We can get that number up. That's a rookie number. We can punch that number up. And they really, really get it done. And Gorok runs away. We're going to keep chasing him. We're going to move in ambush so he doesn't see us. And see if we can catch him. And then this guy will hang out here. The pools, when you do a ritual, it spawns like 3 things of baddies. So you just deal with that and you're fine. And then we're going to need to either leave or not. But I kind of want to finish up this this victory condition thing here. And then it'll kick on the dwarves as the endgame crisis.
I live to serve Ariel.
Alright, and now they're going to try to come through the breach, but that won't work because we're going to protect it on this side. I always forget that, like, you know, if you're a unit that can't get over, if you're a faction that can't get over this spine of walls, it's not like, oh, they're in the middle, they're going to underway over. No, they got to go around. Maybe we got a door over here, but over there it's just wall. And look at these crummy little armies. Oh, that'll be fun. We need a wizard, though. We need a wizard desperately. We need a branch wraith. Alright, we can get one here. Murderous Spites is always the trait you take. Always, always, always the trait you take. Murderous Spites is the madman. It is the thing. It gives you a little baby Mortis engine attack, plus poison attacks. Too good to pass up.
Lord of the Asray.
Stalked her in ambushes? Sweet.
The forest calls.
Get him towards Colossal Strike. Sisters are fine there. Akka is defending here. We're revenue negative, but we've got 200k, so going down 1 ain't a thing. And then we just want to get Stresslith online so that we can start recruiting enemies here. Recruiting enemies, so we can start cleansing this forest. How best to do it? We'll get, like, 3 tree mans. Do we not have any local recruitment ability here? Nope, we don't. That's okay. We will just get Shadowcaster. Starts at level 6, which is good. That'll get us up to 2 away from Pit of Shades.
I'm bored, sister.
Cease your prattle.
You say stats wise and stats wise. No. You know, I've played a lot of this game. But I consider Wood Elves, like, Wood Elves are one of my comfort factions. I haven't played them in ages, like a long time, maybe a year or more, but Sisters of Twilight are like the comfiest campaign. There's a battle very early in it, like on the 3rd or 4th or maybe 5th turn, depending on where you turn, where you have to win against some Dark Elves. I play on very hard, So you have to win, and then you have to either win inside of a town against them, or like with walls and stuff, or hey, look at this. We're gonna get to chip away a lot of them. Now, this is not our main army. We don't have a wizard here. We do, however, have Orion. He's juiced, and he's got a potion of healing. So, you know, let's see what we can do. Let's get to it. But you just need to know what item to get with Sisters. You just got to know that you get the ring first, and then you have a huge heal that also heals vigor. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, any questions you have, I would be happy to share my knowledge, such as it is. All right, so what we're gonna do here? So they're gonna have to funnel through this. What we want to do is fight literally inside of trees for the most part. No, so we don't have a lot of room here. This is a blocking tree, so that's good. We'll go like so. And so for the anti-sweeper, Orion in the front, we do have, okay, sweet. She got a mount, that's good. That's gonna help out a lot. And we've got, you know, we've got our amazing cavalry, so that's going to be the key, right? We're going to have to... Can we get hidden there? No, we'll just stay here. That's fine. Get them hidden in the woods there. What are good positions for units? It just depends. It just depends. See, right here, we know that we're fighting an incredibly long, protracted battle against vampires. So they're not going to have any range at all because they're vampires. They're going to have fast units that are a problem, and then a whole bunch of crummy, slow units that we're going to need to beat in a slog. So we want to be as far away as possible. We want to use our force multiplying powers with the arrows of Kurnus and stuff against them early. We've got our archers in the woods here, so if we pull our hawks back here, anybody they have in the air can get shot at by them. So we know they have to deploy like here, so we're going to get all the way up here to save a little bit of our vigor going towards them, and then we're going to... Alright, so Hex Wraiths, we know those are highly valuable targets. They've got huge magic defense, so hitting them with some, or huge physical defense, so hitting them with some magic attacks is very good. We hit that tree, that is very bad. Sometimes one little tree will be in your way. You gotta, you know, the geometry of the map is important to worry about. Because here, we just want to get these initial shots off on value targets, you know, Black Knights, Hex Wraiths, stuff like that, because if we can chip them down very heavily before... Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to see. They don't really have elite infantry. Not really. And boom. Alright, so getting pretty solid work there. And now it's time to turn around and run this way. Arrow Kurnus has like a 600 range, much bigger than the ones they have there. Now, they're going to have heals and all of that stuff, but it's okay. We're just going to speed it up a little bit. Actually, basically know what I'm doing. Well, you know, it's alright. So, is the music off? Like, play some battle music for me. Please. Please play battle music for me. Why won't it? I'm begging you.
With speed.
With haste.
Alright. We're just going to speed it up here. Now... Maybe the Arrow of Kurnus is not magic. Yeah, okay, it's not magic attack, so we wasted it on those guys. Now here, I hate to use it on a zombie, but that is a lot of units all in one block, so I think it's going to do good work all the same. Here, Graveguard Halberds, do they have... I mean, that'll be worth hitting. No, we'll go... There's a full unit of Graveguard Halberds. So what we're doing here is just trying to be somewhat judicious with our abilities. Making sure... Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Oh, they were in a big blob. And here we're going to get some very good work in against the foe. So they're going to be coming across here. We know they don't have ranged, and the only melee they have is heroes and bats. So we're going to charge in on these bats to try to convince them not to come in. And as they crumble, you know, because this guy's a wizard, he's going to run. So the Glade Captain can absolutely beat on these bats in combat. They lack armor piercing, but that they won't need it against bats. Bats have decent defense, of course. You know, in a prolonged fight, they can be a pretty big annoyance for this sort of thing. But here, we're just trying to get some shots onto the bats while they're locked into combat with him, because they think this is a good fight for them, and it's not terrible. But with the fire support here, and that's the key. You know, now the bats are going to be going down, and then by the time they get to us, so what we're doing now by being so far back is really helping ourselves out. You want to do this if you're pretty badly outnumbered, because every unit they have that dies has to reinforce from all the way on the other side of things, right? And now we're going to lock this dude down. Hit him with an arrow, which he dodges, and get to pecking. Get to working on him. Because I think, yeah, there we go. He's not so heavily armored, just all that. Getting the work in. Hit him once, hit him again. He's down to 700, 800 hit points. Hit him again. Oh, yeah, there we go. My bird. This Vampire Lord, absolutely no match. Absolutely no match for the power of a Glade Captain on a Great Eagle. Get wrecked. Get absolutely wrecked. And then these Hex Wraiths coming in, and of course discovering much too late that we are all up here in the trees and all absolutely ready to brawl. Now these Hex Wraiths are going to have a bad time when we charge into him with our magical attack. Wild Hunters of Karnus. Because now they are toasted, okay? There's no way back in this for them. It may not look that bad. It is. It is that bad. They are so screwed. Because the initial mobility, now, we still have tons of ammo here, right? Not like for the Earth, but for this problem that we're in. Should you try a new army? I mean, if you're not, like, what I always say to people is that you should play an army that seems cool, that looks cool, and that you like the story of, right? Because if you like your dudes, this is true for like Warhammer 40k or for Total War. If you like your dudes, you're gonna have a good time playing them, and then learning will still be fun. Like whenever I first started, I remember just being the worst, right? I mean, this is a hard game to learn. It is. There's a lot of moving parts. It's very knowledge heavy, you know, and it can be daunting, but I think very fulfilling. But what we're gonna do here, but like, cause I love dwarves anyway, so even whenever I was very frustrated, like, man, what's going on, you know, I feel like I'm not learning, you know, this is so tough, but I could still like have a lot of fun, you know, rocking out with my dwarves and just having a big party. And those are just all zombies streaming in, which is, of course, not going to help them at all.
Ever ready! Hurry! With speed! Wild riders!
Ride them down!
Orion!
And we're gonna go chase down this Necro now. And fight him. It's gonna be way easier to beat him in a fight than it was to beat the Vampire Lord. Yeah, look at him already getting wrecked. We have a bonus versus large of 35. We're just gonna truck on him. But yeah, so if you like Thousand Suns, like Tzeentch, if you have access to the Tzeentch armies, you know, like Village is crazy strong for the Warriors of Chaos, and I think Warriors of Chaos are amazing too. So like, if you like Chaos in general, Warriors of Chaos, I think, is an amazing faction to learn and improve, because, you know, there's lots of different places on the map that you might be fighting on. And because you have, like, simplified economy and recruitment and not so much of a need to defend, you can really just focus on learning a lot, which I think is pretty important when you're starting, because it can be like, you're like, what do I build? How do I, you know, maximize growth? There's a lot of tricky stuff that's not at all obvious. But if you just play a faction that doesn't care too much, that's also why I like Wood Elves, because, you know, you don't have to worry about it. Glade Captain beating up on the Master Necromancer. This guy getting it done, right? Just getting it done. And now it's time to move into Cycle Charge mode here.
Ready for battle! To battle!
At pace! Hawkeye! Death to them! Right away!
He's trying to run away, but we're gonna lock him down. We're pushing him. He can't move, but he's like still being shoved by our model, and that arrow does not work very well against flying targets. Note to self, don't do it again. This guy is a living unit, of course, as a Necromancer, but he's not a living unit anymore as a guy that we have just beaten up very badly. And now it's time for a huge blob fight. If only I had a wizard, it'll be alright.
Our aim is true! Smash them!
Because the thing about the blob fight is, our War Dancers are going to absolutely feast. Because this is mostly zombies. Oh right, we're still in combat here. Let's back out with our Air Force, right? Right. Oh, Blood Knights though. Woo boy. So they still had some heat in the back, right?
Deepwood Guardian! To war! Strength of Kronos! For the Osprey!
And we have an incredibly ugly blob fight here. We're just going to use Orion's special skills there. You know, it's not quite magic, but it's pretty like magic. And we're just going to hit this blob here, because the blob fight is going super well. We've got all of them on the wrong side of our archers. They can't pierce through. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely perfect. Wild Riders engaged in permanent battle here, but we are going to charge in here with our hunters there and with the Grave Guard. This blob fight is going well, you just can't tell it, but it is. I promise it is. Glade Captain getting trucked on a little bit. Just going to drink a little bit of that good juice here on the Master Necro. We can all shoot him up. Yep, we can all shoot him up. Don't really like this Wild Rider positioning. I think we can get out. Treekin stiffening the line. They're not taking any damage, and it's just what you need. When you have those Treekin mixed in there, then their big units aren't able to get out. Speaking of their big units, they've got this Vargulf running around, causing havoc, being a menace, but it's alright. Our front line, very dowdy, super good leadership still, not running away. And now that we're disengaged a little bit on this side, if we can break... We can break through here, but that's the thing, you know, you gotta kill the units when you're fighting undead. You can't just get a little thing and swing around the side. But here, that's all their units. Yep, that's all of them. They've been dealt with.
Very well. For the glades.
And then we drop that ability on him there. And actually, Orion is basically like having a weird caster with these very damaging abilities, which they must have given him sometime since I played Wood Elves, because I don't remember them, and they're actually pretty sweet. And there we go. Beast executing has to be so, I don't know. Dreadnoughts and 40k are annoying. Yeah, they definitely can be, but you know, if you bring your you know, your strength 8 firepower, depending on what you've got access to, then you can chip them down. You know, your high power, if you have got like a, you know, a las cannon sort of equivalent, they'll get it done. But yeah, you know, if you're an army that mainly features low strength attacks, or you know, like NIDS, you know, where you've got lots of models, strength 3 or 4 maybe, that you're looking at, where you know you've got some big ones, but you know they're easily targetable by dreadnoughts. Say for quick resolve, what do the terms mean? I'm not sure what you mean.
We grunt, we apple, spit.
And here, oh, close to a okay. They just let you know. So there's some. I actually am not sure all the things that affect it. I think you get better items the closer of a win it is, right? So if you can get like heroic victories, I think you get better items from it, and that's one thing I know. I'm pretty sure is different, but. What do we want here? What do we want here? Yeah. But yeah, they just let you know how close in balance of power the game calls it. So the casualties expected have something to do with it, but also there's like more stuff going on. More local recruitment? I mean... But yeah, they just let you know how good you did, basically, and how close it was. The more losses you take, the better the win is, you know. So like a decisive victory is one that you're like, you're always gonna win. And then so when it says here, you know, battle result, decisive victory, that lets you know too, like as a player, you know, like what am I aiming for? This is why you'll hear people tell you not to play on easy or normal battle difficulty, which I also believe, you know, play on easy campaign if you want. But on battle difficulty, if you have it lower, the game will be like, they'll put you up against an army that would just trash can you, and then it'll tell you that you've got like a close victory. So then when you actually do these battles as yourself, you'll feel like you're terrible, right? Because the game's just told you that you should be able to win decisively or whatever, and then you just get mauled. But that's it just messes with your ability to understand what's going to happen in the future when you have the battle difficulty turned down under hard. And what I do is, so there's like an AI stats modifier as well. I have that on neutral, but I have the battle difficulty on hard, and that makes it so, you know, they think a little better in battle, not well, just a little better, and that kind of thing, which is nice. Oh, we never got that guy in Orion's army. Huh. Feels bad. Oh, Orion.
I foresee great things.
We'll be able to do that one soon, and the High Elves are doing perfectly well against old Mazda man there. Driving his Mazda around. Hey, hey, Gorok! Now's the time for a brawl. See, here it says Pyrrhic victory, so they've got Lord Croak, right? And they've got Gorok. Lord Croak is the most terrifying spellcaster in the game if you have a bunch of units. I don't. I'm gonna hide them. Don't Wood Elves cost money? Yeah, but not really. So the most important thing with Wood Elves is that you get the correct skills with your characters, right? And that you get the correct techs and stuff like that. So you can get it where you get very high multipliers to post-battle loot and raising income when you burn down a settlement. So when I burn down like a tier 5 settlement, I make like 60 grand. You get very limited income from your trees and really, really huge income from going and fighting. So if I just need money, I just go and fight somebody about it. And I have way too much respect for Lord Croak to be walking up close in there. We will kill him and then go inside, in that order.
Awaiting orders.
Where is he? I don't actually know where he is. Maybe we'll go inside and then kill him in that order. Alright. Do you have anything to worry about? You know, there's probably a hotkey to like select the next unit in your setup. I should learn that one, but it's good. And then we just hit this blob here. Oh yeah, we got heroic strike. Heroic killing blow, not heroic strike. And then we're just gonna beat on this King Chief, who's probably, I mean, 165 armor, no wonder we haven't beat him yet, right? But the sister's ripping a shot up in the air at him. Sick move. And now we're gonna see why you don't do what they're doing here. We're gonna see why you don't do it. Do you know why? Because Ariel's gonna show up and delete you with an elite soul stealer that's going to hit everything. No, we'll dwellers on the blob first to lock him in place. Dart there. Sick move. Soul Stealer here. Anyway, Wood Elves are real strong when you get them going, as you see here. Because the thing about all of these guys is, like, do you know what's going to happen when we overcast this Dwellers on them? I know what's going to happen. And then we're going to over Pit of Shades here. Because this blob fight is losing horribly to what else is Arbol? Do they have like a bunch of Way Watchers or something? Because I haven't played Arbol, but my impression of them is you just unga bunga. You just charge everything at them. And we're gonna hit him with this giant Soul Stealer. Oh my goodness, oh look at all the things it hit. Oh, the humanity. Oh my god. Have you ever seen a more dramatic display of overkill magic in your life? Oh my god. Ariel, my girl, my absolute girl, my heart and my champion. Ariel, you are everything, and everybody else just wants to be like you. I mean, how much value do you think she has? 6,000? No, only 4.5. Good Thousand Suns type army in Total Warhammer 3. Tzeentch. You play Chaos Undivided, and you get like Tzeentch War Shrines and like, so Exalted Heroes of Tzeentch are amazing, and Sorcerers of Tzeentch are amazing, and then you yeah, because you know they're Tzeentch aligned anyway. But yeah, you get Tzeentch Metal Casters, and then so the spell you want is called Final Transmutation. And Gorok's showing up to the fight, which means we're going to tell him to wait. We hit him with Dwellers Below, and then we're going to follow this up with a Leadership Spike. Because Gorok is a great fighter, but he doesn't have magic attacks, and most of our guys are very resistant to non-magic things. Lord Croak is still here. We don't have, like, our blobs, so we're fine. The dragon's dying. It's only a model. Gorok, of course, is like barely getting hurt thus far, but he will get hurt more. Huge physical resist, big resistance in general to everything going on, but the thing is, that they're all falling anyway. And these Way Watchers working a treat.
It is done.
And then Lore of Arrows. Crush. But, yeah, Village of the Curseling is the Warriors of Chaos hero from the pack that had Valkia and all of them in it. He starts north of Cathay. He is incredibly powerful, and I think Tzeentch is just a great army anyway. So you can get Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch and like Chosen of Tzeentch with halberds, and then you can just run up on them. Your heroes on chariots are very strong. Your heroes on discs are very strong. Do you know about the lore of metal? Have you heard of Final Transmutation? Because Final Transmutation is the skill that does damage to everything that it hits, but it does it really well against every... You know how like some things, you know, Burning Head doesn't do well against a single target because it's just per model, right? Final Transmutation does the damage to individual single entity units and to bigger units pretty effectively both ways. So it's really, really, really powerful. You only have the bird. Well, Kairos could be a great time too. Kairos is super strong. It's just Warriors of Chaos are, I think, like easier to play than Tzeentch Demons are. Plus, Tzeentch Demons, you lose access to, you know, a lot of the cool stuff. Gives us expert charge defense for beating him. That's useless. Yeah. So expert charge defense is cool. Flyers can't have charge defense, however, so it's useless.
So bored.
So impatient.
But so Kairos is cool. Because really, Thousand Suns, you need an elite army that wants to sling spells around. And, I mean, Tzeentch can get that for you, though. Do you... Like, I haven't played Demons of Chaos in forever. I think they still get the Chaos Warriors. I think they do. If you still get Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch, then Kairos will be a blast, too. He's really fast. He's a very strong fighter 1v1 unless you're fighting like a proper duelist in the air. So if they just send like a manticore at you, you'll truck him. And he's an amazing spellcaster.
Invincible.
Tzeentch is really fun because they have this unit in the air. They're called Changebringers. They're bonkers strong. They have like these crazy flamethrowers. You just have to protect them because they're very squishy. But they can kill, like, I don't know, 20 whole units of infantry if you protect them. And they fly, so, you know, all you got to do is deal with other flyers. And, of course, Tzeentch being what they are, they've got Doom Knights of Tzeentch. You know, when they get their heroes up to a higher level, they fly around on these discs that give them anti-large. So you get a lot of mobility. And then you just take advantage of your great spellcasting. Tzeentch, of course, has barriers that regenerate. So you can lean into that too, and the Tzeentch Demons are ranged. But I find, so like, the thing about Warhammer is you have to figure out how you're going to make your forces multiplied, right? It's not good enough to run your army at an army and fight. You need to think about how you're going to do damage without taking it, you know, which is why Khorne can be tricky if you're on level footing. You need to figure out, okay, how am I going to flank? How am I going to get onto their back line? How am I going to kill their valuable stuff that wants to shoot me? You know, like when you fight Skaven and you let like 2 rattling guns shoot you and you all die, you know, you got to figure out what in your faction is that 2 rattling gun situation, you know.
I will make it so.
Like, what can you do that's so much better than what your opponents can do? But with Tzeentch, the answer to that is magic. And so they also have barriers. So all of your units of Tzeentch will have, like, a big window of magic shield before they take any real damage. So when you're flying around and skirmishing with your big lord, he's got this huge barrier, and it gets bigger and bigger as you get cooler items and stuff. And traits and all of that. So you, in the skirmish phase, rather than losing HP, maybe you're just like, oh, I'm losing the barrier, you back out, you know. You can use Marauder Horseman and, well, maybe not, yeah, that's a Warrior's Chaos thing. But just like, in general, with your flying units, it's easier to get some damage without taking it. And over the course of a battle, the barrier will regenerate, so that'll really help you out as well. But really, any faction with access to magic, probably magic is how you're going to succeed. So you need to think about how you can use your mobility to get attacks against the foe, or you want to think about how you can cause them to blob up somewhere. Maybe most of your guys will be hidden in the woods, so they'll have to come over here, and then you'll come out and nuke them with some spells or something, right? Maybe, like what you saw there in that fight, if it's in a siege, and you have flying creatures that you know are really hardy, like Kairos and your heroes, you dive down into it with everybody else outside. They get all their forces around, and then you just drop the sky onto them. That's a super effective way of doing massive amounts of damage. Because, here's the thing. Everything in the game is limited except magic. Magic is limited only by your imagination. Archers have to see somebody, blah, blah, blah. Magic's like artillery is, where if you can make it happen, you're just going to win. What do we get at Orion's camp? 10 weapon strength? That's pretty sweet. So, like, here, I'll show you what I mean with the money, right? So we hit this, bam. Now we're going to burn it down for 40,000. This is a very casual way to make 40 grand, right? Because this army, which is crazy, only costs 2,700. Because, you know, you get cheaper stuff from your stats. But here we want to drop a Deepwood Scout? No, we'll drop a regular Wild Rider because they're underwhelming.
You have orders? I will grant your request. On my way.
But with the Greater Wood Elf Alliance happening here, but we're gonna get a little arranged with the Fanchantress because we know that she's actually an elf, right? The other Bretonnians don't know that she's just an elf pretending to be French, but we know.
Craving prey. Merge with shadow.
We have a couple more levels, not more. So here, I think we just take the armor.
The forest.
No, we should have taken the speed. We didn't have the second speed point yet. Rookie move. And she's already got everything. Yeah, she's already got everything. Put her on auto.
Glade captain present.
Present. Oh yeah, champion on authority mode. And then at the last one, they'll get poison attacks, which is very good indeed. Earthblood, Evasion. Alright.
You have my spear.
And my axe.
The seasons smile upon us. Sent by the Mage Queen.
But we need to do this so that we
Only
can
necessary.
try to look for the items that the victory conditions route does. I love this victory conditions overhaul. It's such a good thing. Oh, I'm looking at the clock now. Gross. What is time? No, it's still fine. I got time. Because I got rid of my morning shift. I've been treating the whole day like my day off, but it is not. It's not. I do have to go to work, but not right now. I still got a little bit more time. We should be able to do the final battle. And then, I mean, we'll probably hang up the campaign, because I've been having an absolute
Twin defenders of the Glades.
amazing time. This is... I love Wood Elves, right? But, you know, every challenge we've had is over. That's fine. I don't mind. Do we want a Blessing of Daith here? Yeah, we're gonna take the Twilight Shroud blessing before we get to it. For the final battle. Focus on that. That's cool, man. Don't have to talk all the time, but it is always welcome to see a comment, of course. But no, plenty of people, some of the people that watch me, also, you know, they're always doing their thing. Some people talk a lot, which is great. Some people don't talk much, which is fine too. Although I do love a chance to talk and talk and talk. Someone asked me a question, I'm like, what a good question! I'm delighted now I can expound at great length about it. What we want to do here is what? We want to get... whom? More Glade Captain? Yeah. Every army needs one. They're very solid once they get all the way online. Because Eagles in general, not so good. But Eagles with juiced up abilities and all of the stuff happening and, you know... Because if Eagles could shoot while they fought, they'd be a little better. And here, oh yeah, the Greater High Elf Alliance is going to be rolling, because it would almost, you know, be fun to just roll over the world with the Greater High Elf Alliance, but... And here, we just burn this down. And this dude's on a zombie dragon. Ooh, he's got man-eaters with pistols. And a Vlad von Karstein. Of course, Vlad is nothing compared to Orion. No, he's still pretty tough. We can beat him. We're just gonna go here, and maybe they will walk into our trap. And maybe not, you know. Clan Angrund has...
I am revenge incarnate. Know this and weigh your words.
He's revenge incarnate. And been betrayed by the elves. Well, not betrayed. We were hardly ever on his side. But, you know, this just goes to show never trust an elf. As soon as you do, they're going to pull this on you. Just like grab some of them, start the ritual. Yeah, might as well. And then, you know, they'll have their invasion. They'll still have to walk through and get to us, but we should be able to defend it with that one. And then this one is, you know, we're online. The ritual has been completed, and that just means a couple of turns we'll get to build this landmark, which will not really help us out that much. But hey, it's still it's about sending in a message. And speaking of sending a message, let's restore the tree. Let's do the Battle of the Oko Ages. Why don't we just? Oh wait, no, we've got to Oh, you can't do it while... You have to do one at a time. Of course. Of course you do. Alright, so what do you want to do here? 5 more for raising influence doesn't matter. Local turn recruitment, -1. I mean, fine, theoretically. Missile resistance there. I think we just take the reload time reduction. Yeah, that's what you do, because you already get the... you take ammo first with Sisters. You don't necessarily have to choose that with everybody, but with Sisters, you do. And, Alright, well, I guess Sisters will keep on jumping around in here. Poxmarsh? No.
Awaiting duty. End their threat.
This is the line. Ariel's command.
But I guess we'll just, you know, because we're not trying to drag this out, like, for a ton longer, but... And I'm sure he's very proud of himself there. Because lower local turn recruitment can be really good too. The single turn tree man and, you know, that kind of thing is amazing. But I figured reload time reduction, that'd be amazing too.
Must we? Yes, we must. Battle. A regrettable necessity.
And we keep on pushing through here because we just have too much cool stuff, and we're just going to, yeah, tank local enemy leadership just so much, just so much. Oh, you gotta have all of these for this one? Well, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. Do we care about this landmark at all? Nah. Alright, and the Sisters will, we'll just bounce.
I suppose. I will make it so. To arms!
And here, we might lose this fight, but I wanted to try it. Actually, we are gonna lose this fight. We'll see. We don't necessarily have to lose the fight. We're just probably going to lose the fight. It's going to be sketchy. We'll have Orion in the front here to draw their attention to us. Because as always, we just need to make them run. Alright, alright. Let's get to it.
Awaiting orders. For Lauren.
Hunting! Captain repositioning!
Alright, shot under the grave guard. Shot on the grave guard. Shot on the grave guard. What hit us? Oh, the spells, right.
Orders received. Hunters.
But we dive in there, we're gonna be able to get these bats down, and if they wanna come over here and brawl with Orion, I bet they don't actually. Hiding in the trees, time-honored traditional way of dealing with a fight that is pretty bonkers to take. If we had sisters here, it'd be one thing, but this is not the sisters' army. This is just like an army.
Deepwood cavalry. Ever ready. At speed.
And we're gonna try to arrow him right in the face, and it works because he's frozen. Alright, we cannot keep standing up and fighting here. We have got to get out. We're faster than him. We're just going to drink this potion right now. Alright, next shot. Graveguard, great weapons. Next shot. Oh, the man-eater pistols, they're going to be a mess, aren't they? Oh, they caught us again. Alright, back out, back out. Because if we can get him to where Orion will hit him, that'll be perfect. Oh, we're getting shot by the pistols. Jeez. You know, I said they were there, and then I ignored them. And then now this guy is trying to fight. We're going to land. And he's going to follow me? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, you want to go? You're going to chase down an eagle into the forest? He's going to try. And Orion just swiggity-swiggities up there. Gets the hits in. Man, he is healing, though. Bad's diving there, which is pretty bad, but not that bad. We're going to get on him easily enough. Orion pops him, and now these fools are running in to the woods into some war dancers. They're going to have a terrible time. Where's Vlad? Oh, he's all the way over there. Well, that's good. That's super good, in fact. That is amazing. Fighting some bats here. They're running around. We're just going to charge into these Graveguard here. Get a little heal for them. Beautiful. These leadership is broken there on those Graveguard. Can you believe it? Man, Orion. What a guy. Of course, they're taking a lot of damage, and now they're trying to loop around. Like, they can't figure out what to do. We've got a good positioning here. Of course, there's a lot of them, but maybe not enough, right? You know, we're just gonna stand in the trees and brawl with these man-eaters, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the shots here. Because I think these guys are trying to shoot at Orion, maybe, but if they're shooting in the middle of the trees, that's just going to waste their ammo. But we do want to... There we go. There's a sick volley on them. That's just what we want to see. But here they are very much trying to rotate all the way through. But... he gets on these Man-Eater Ogre pistols, that's good. And these other ones are like inside the trees. That's hardly going to avail them much. Rolling in here, and oh boy, now the plot gets thick, alright. Alright, where are the big guys? There are the big guys. Oh, alright, they're shattered. Excellent. We need to get back in here. Sylvan Knights getting beat up a little bit, not too much. We just need to heal this blob right here before it gets too weird. Oh man, what are they fighting? Oh, Graveguard great weapons, that makes sense. But Vlad now is fighting my best units. This is not good for us. I don't really have anyone that's good for fighting Vlad. They use their skill on probably the best person on our group for it to be happening on. Because we are super messed up when the rest of them get here, right? There are so many foes coming, but these Crypt Horrors getting chunked. Oh yeah, he's inside now. All right, well we've got to try. But I think we're gonna lose. That's okay. I mean, it actually is. It's not like sometimes I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever, I'm okay. I mean, it's fine. What are you gonna do? I knew it was gonna be a sketchy fight when I took it, and it was. And that actually hits us a lot. Our scouts are all out of HP now. All out of ammo now. So we're just have them fighting Graveguard, which is terrible and dumb.
Orders acknowledged. We accept.
But we do have the Orion abilities, which do have very big damage potential and like oh, look at that! What? What's in him? Oh my God! Look at Vlad go down. Get wrecked, old man. I can't believe it. Who's ever seen his HP bar drop that much? Must have been the Lost Sylvan Knights. They're great. They're stags. They get it done. And oh boy, that cast hurt though. Jeez. But I bet we can get a good hit here and here.
Orion!
My blood duty.
Ever ready! Fear the canine!
Yeah, so we've lost the Hawks. What are you gonna do, right?
Rousing the forest!
Alright, we need to drop. This ability is going to melt this blob. So this is what I talk about when I talk about magic, right? You just find where all of them are standing, and then you do one of your AoE attacks on it, and then you're like, oh, look at them all fall down. That's how it's supposed to work. Sometimes it doesn't. But the good news is that Vlad is not dead yet. Why is that good news? It isn't! The good news is I actually think we're going to pull this out, which is so good. I'm so proud of me if we win. And if we don't, then I'm not. But he's almost healing capped, which means, well, he ain't healing anymore past that. And then I don't think they have anything that deal with Lost Sylvan Knights on the battlefield past that, right? Yep, there we go. Vlad the Chad von Karstein has fallen. You've Vladed your last. But, oh yeah, there we go. Ah ha ha! Yeah! Gotta go. Well, it was so nice making you acquainted, Scatler. And maybe I'll see you in a later streamer video. We're probably going to be ending this video right after this. But man, oh man, what a fight. What a brawl. Love it. Vlad, you saucy boy, you almost had me. But you were ultimately not enough for the outrageous power of Orion. 6,000 value. That's a lot of value. Beautiful. And 4K out of the Lost Sylvan Knights. 2.5 out of the Wild Hunters of Kurnus. We all feasted upon them here. Glorious. You know, the Hawk Riders got some done. Treekin did their part. Everybody did. Everybody did their part. These guys fought, you know, zombies, and that's good too. Take that, Vlad. Never should have come here. But yeah, that's, I mean, we fought super well. We did what we had to do. And Orion put it on his back, you know. He, his abilities to deal with the blobs were great. And we, you know, certainly saw our people have to fight pretty hard. You know, a life caster would be good here.
I live to serve.
Ah, why? I didn't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all. It's fine. I clicked the wrong button. All right.
By Orion's decree.
Oh, yeah. We definitely want to do this from inside. Oh, yeah, that's better. Not a lot better. Some better. Oh, right. The big guy. He's still here. Alright, well, we really threw away some Hawk Riders that we couldn't afford to throw away here. I guess we're just gonna walk up and let them hit me. I'm very dumb. I'm so bad at this game. We're probably gonna lose the army here after that amazing fight against Vlad, just because I'm so stupid. Oh yeah, we're not making any progress against him. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose everything. Could have taken the auto, right? Just walk in, Orion, just walk in. Yeah, well, at least Orion's inside, right? What could go wrong? Oh, right, he's trapped inside and the gate's bugged. Great! But you know, now we're swarming them, we're shooting them, we're pecking them. All right, and then now the Lost Sylvan Knights are gate bugged. This game makes me so mad. So we can't attack the gate, and we can't give our guys instructions that are halfway inside of the gate either. It'll be okay. Because we're taking the gate, and that's why it'll be okay. Oh, we get a victory? Sure. Okay, well that went well. Fine, cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted to happen. And we, you know, we take them out here. I'm just gonna go here, and I'm so... it's so annoying. I could have done the fight. I just need to stop. I could have just waited. It's fine. We'll just take some corruption. Maybe the corruption amount will go down before we move again. It could happen. But Orion levels up. And that's good. Do we want Praetor Northrema? I don't think so. I think we just... this way, and then we can at least get more power there.
The
All right, good stuff. The Sisters of Twilight. Yeah, they're so much fun to play. But that we'll have to do it here. But I guess there's a symmetry. You know, we did all too for the greater story. We have to restore the forest on Ulthuan before the rest of it, and then you know it'll be fine enough to call it. You know, we don't need to do the final route. I don't care, especially when because it's like a traditional one, right? It's like have all of these settlements, and like I don't care. That I hate a have all these settlements victory condition. It's the worst kind of victory condition. 60 battles and take one settlement. That's my idea of a good time. Burn the body. There we go. The invasion's imminent, but we'll just hang out here and, you know, keep on doing our thing. But yeah, there you have it.
Tempestuous Arahan.
So here, I mean, like, we could almost get across the water in the amount of time, but no, we'll just,
Nature's own shortcut.
just zoom over there, and then, of course, he's in dire straits. But now we're here, and that makes everything fine. Do we want a couple more spearses? I mean, these guys did real good, though. What are their bound spells? Shield of Thorns and Curse. I mean, yeah. Shield of Thorns could be cool. I have never made it work for me. I'm not, like, cognizant enough of what's going on around me at any given time to get the value out of it. But all right, wonderful. Mercy, Magath.
I bid you welcome. What do you wish to discuss?
And they won't help. That's okay. Herald, Kurgan Tamer, but yeah, and then we just gotta like sit here at the Gainville and try to defend it or whatnot. No, that's the plan. I assume with the 20 stack inside and a 20 stack there that we'd be able to get it done. But not in this video. Not in this video. I am going to end this on time. It may not look like it. You may have met me before and thought you've never done anything on time. But it could happen. It could happen. And here we go to ambush. Yeah, we'll go to ambush, and then if he walks into it, that'll be good.
Harmony prevails.
How tiresome.
Master of the wild hunt. I will make it so.
And then we'll just keep on over here with Orion, you know, cleaning things up, making sure our foe doesn't get all in our face. We were gonna fight to confederate Durthu, but I guess now we'll just leave him up, right?
You have been granted access to the halls of Loren. You have been granted safe passage for now. Yes.
Highborn.
Doo-doo-doo. But yeah, there we go. There we go indeed. It's like immune to vampire. You know, they vary wildly in quality, right? Campaign movement 20. What? Yeah, alrighty.
Shield of Athelloren.
You know, the good guys are winning, and by that I mean the trees. The elves, you know, it's all about the trees. And Ariel, the moth people. By virtue of being moth people, are the good guys. Huzzah! And then we'll be able to start the ambush next time. Which seems like it'll be okay. You know, we'll shoot up the hell cannons and then run away, and yeah. This is a classy Chaos Army, but of course, they're just the ones that invade. They're just level 1, so the big power in a Chaos Army is that they get weird regiments of renown. They get heroes that are crazy when they get better, and then their big guy is so good. And so here, when they're level 1, it's more like, okay, regular Chaos Armies without all the juiced stats, you know, it's a lot more doable. But anyway, that'll do for this right now. I have to get on with my day. I'll be back on tonight. We'll probably play one more session of this campaign just because I'm having a great time, and so we can do the Oak of Ages and stuff, even though I know how it'll go. We'll put up in a defensive position, and then we'll murk everyone from the sky. It'll be a lot of fun, though, so I want to do it. Anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you enjoyed. I know I did. And maybe I'll see you guys in another stream or video. See you.